I'm Hunter Woodhall. I'm from Syracuse, Utah. I have 2 amputated legs, both below the knee. It's not stopping me that I have my legs. I don't feel sorry for myself because feeling sorry for yourself isn't going to get you anywhere in life. You know, you just gotta kind of push through it and not worry about it. Just be like, well, I can do it, right? It's not that hard. Without Shriners, I wouldn't be here right now.
He's one of those kids that was kind of dealt a bad hand straight away. He's had difficulty with both his legs at birth that required amputations.
I was devastated. It was hard. It's not something I guess you ever think about or expect.
You know, when you go through that, and they have dads come in the delivery room now and everything else, so you got everything. You got that emotion that's going on with the delivery, and then all of a sudden you got a child out there that's not just perfect. The toes are wrong, or the feet are wrong, or something, and you just you go into that tailspin.
It's not something we'd ever seen, not something we'd experienced. You know, we didn't know anything about it, so it was just going in blind, and then just kind of being hit.
The doctor we were going to, he kept casting Hunter's leg that was the club foot. He kept bending it up more and trying to straighten it back around like he normally would for any kid. And he was just putting Hunter through a gob of pain.
When we went to Shriners Hospital for Children, we knew right away that's where we did want to have the treatment. Their main focus was treating the child, making him be able to do in life whatever he needed to do. Helping us to make that decision. They didn't push us, but they laid out all the options for us and gave us their suggestions.
They x-rayed everything that was there, both his legs, not just one of them. They took their time and evaluated him for what he needed and what he's going through, and then they sat down with us and told us what they were going to do. And it was just, it was like just a drink of water. It was just refreshing.
And at the point when they actually took him into the operating room was when everything was just kind of released. It was like almost like, okay, the decision's made now, we're good. And at that point, we were at peace. We were at total peace with it.
Don't feel sorry for yourself, because sitting there doing nothing isn't going to get you better. You got to go and do whatever it takes to get better and actually win.
Once he got his prosthetics, he stayed there at the hospital for a couple days with therapy, physical therapy, and was sent home with a walker. And within, I think it was probably 3 months, he was walking on his own without the walker and just took off from there, and we haven't been able to stop him since.
He's probably got every reason in the world and every right in the world just to lay down and just feel sorry for himself and roll up in a ball and quit out of life and everything else, but he's chose not to do that. He's chose to get out there and lead out in front, and that's pretty amazing, really, for a child his age.
Like I say, rides his bike, he rock climbs, he snow skis, he can do a ripstick, just kind of like a skateboard. Swims. He swims without his legs, but that's his choice. He does the knee board behind the boat. Pretty much, if there's a sport, he'll figure out a way to do it.
Yeah, I get up and put my legs on, get dressed, and get ready to go to school. That's really it. It's just like normal. I don't think much of it because I don't know what it's like to not get up and not put your legs on.
Every time I get a news clip or Hunter tells me what he's been doing, it just is mind-blowing. It's like, really? And he's got these great prosthetics that the Shriners Hospital for Children has provided for him, and he uses them and actually succeeds my expectations of him.
Hunter has an amazing core family unit in which his parents very easily could have looked at the situation that their baby boy was handed and taken the role of protect, coddle, and not let him loose in the world. And instead, he was thrown in the mix of two older brothers to play sport like they do. Wrestle and be crazy and have fun with life just like they do. And that, to me, is probably one of the biggest gifts a parent can give their child, is that ability to have that confidence in themselves, that they aren't a kid with a disability.
He jumps in line, he's first in line, he has a great attitude. There's nothing that we do that he says, Coach, I can't do this because of my legs or lack of legs. You know, he doesn't even use it as an excuse.
He keeps pushing me, and I'm really grateful for that. He does inspire me every day. I see the stuff he does, I see where he is, the kind of person he is, and it's really incredible.
Carries himself with good attitude. Like, he doesn't really care what other people say, just throws it by, just throws it under the bus and keeps going. If he's got like a teammate or something, he'll go back, help him out. Just like any good teammate would do, they'd go and help each other out, try and make each other better.
There's a sense of pride there and honor that he's taken on his own shoulders and grown up a little bit there, that it's just, it makes you smile when you get up in the morning. It makes you work harder at what you do. He is an awesome kid.
When a kid does that, it's really what I take away from it is the reason that I'm here at the hospital doing what I do.
I know God has a plan for me, but I'm not sure what's in the future for me. I just know it's going to be good because he's treating me well so far.
You can see it in Hunter how he's developing as a young man. He's asking to give a little bit back, to give somebody else some hope. And I think as he grows up, we're going to find out that that's what God had intended for him all along, to shed light on other people and give them hope where they're going.
Continually we try to tell him, you have no idea whose life you're touching when you're out there. You don't know who's watching you. You don't know who you're taking excuses away from. You don't know what you're doing, but you're an example to so many people that we can't even imagine.
And you start to see a different determination with him. Just a huge determination in the kid that's good for other kids to see. It's good for him, it's good for his brothers and me and everybody else.
We don't know God's plan. We're confident that he wants to use him for a greater purpose. We've seen it through the years just in who he's touched, what he's been able to do. There's certain events we believe that God orchestrated.
I wouldn't be anywhere without Shriners Hospital. They're like everything. And Shriners doesn't just help out people like me. There's millions of kids like me that get helped by Shriners every day. And they're very thankful too, I'm sure of it.
The Shriners Hospital for Children come in there at a point when we were just, upside down, just like any family was. Even though we're hanging on, even though we got our faith, even though we got everything going right, they come in and provided answers that made our life normal, made it possible with Hunter and with our older sons, and showed us things about being a family and about achieving things together.
I know we can never repay them. They don't expect us to, but it's something that we could never repay for what they've given us, or given Hunter. I mean, they've given him a life that he didn't have before.
I'm proud that I haven't just sat there and gave up on myself, that I keep pushing through whatever problems I hit. Because when you just give up, then you're like done. And all those people that you have inspired or that you will inspire, it's not going to happen anymore.
You see, God didn't put character in a man so that he could have a son with no feet. God had a son with no feet that needed a dad with enough character to believe in him, to stand with him, fall with him, get back up with him, take the risk with him, and to love him, but to never walk for him. God will do that.